told you there's a peptide that just got FDA approval for a rare mitochondrial disease, and it may hold the key to unlocking energy, longevity, and resilience for the rest of us. You'll never guess what the peptide is. It's called SS31, also known as elamipretide. And today we're going to dive into what it does, why the approval matters, and how it may change the way we think about cellular health and aging. Hi, I'm Dr. Rajka, your functional medicine MD, who helps high performers extend health span with evidence-based strategies. If you want clarity, not clickbait, hit subscribe. Let's get started. So what is SS31? At its core, SS31 is a peptide designed to work inside your mitochondria, which are your little energy factories of your cells. Most supplements, medications, and other peptides act indirectly on energy production. But SS31 is different. It goes straight into the mitochondria and stabilizes the inner membrane where energy is actually made. Think of it like patching up the wiring in a power plant. It doesn't just fuel the system, it protects the machinery as well. So why do our mitochondria matter? The reason this matters is because mitochondrial dysfunction is at the root of fatigue, chronic disease, and even aging. When your mitochondria aren't working properly, you can experience brain fog, fatigue, pain, or even organ dysfunction in severe cases. I call that the triad: pain, brain, drain. In Barth syndrome, which is a rare genetic mitochondrial disorder, this dysfunction can be life-threatening. That's why the FDA approved SS31. And it's such a big deal. It shows that targeting mitochondria directly with this peptide can create measurable benefit. How does SS31 work? At a cellular level, it binds to a phospholipid in the inner mitochondrial membrane called cardiolipin. Cardiolipin is critical for keeping the electron transport chain, the part of the mitochondria that makes ATP, stable and efficient. When cardiolipin is damaged, energy production falters and cells generate more oxidative stress. By binding to cardiolipin, SS31 stabilizes that structure, reduces damage, and allows your mitochondria to produce energy more efficiently. In plain English, SS31 helps your energy factories run cleaner and smoother, even under stress. So let's talk about practical uses. Here's what I've seen and what early studies suggest. Patients who don't tolerate NAD infusions often do much better when SS31 is added. That's because it helps manage the redox stress and backlog of NADH that can build up when your mitochondria aren't ready for a sudden surge of NAD. SS31 acts like a buffer, preventing that crash and helping NAD actually translate into better cellular energy. I wanted to share with you a case study of a wedding wish fulfilled. This is a real-life example, a patient I saw who had cyclical vomiting and terrible fatigue. She had seen multiple doctors without clear answers and remained quite ill. And her only wish was to be able to get through her wedding day with enough energy to stay present from start to finish. By incorporating SS31 into her protocol, we were able to grant that wish. It didn't happen overnight, and this may not be a typical result, but in time she was able to experience her wedding day fulfilled with full energy, joy, and clarity. And for her, it was life-changing, and for me, it was deeply rewarding to see what a difference mitochondrial support can make. It's not just about NAD though. SS31 has shown promise in conditions like heart failure, kidney disease, neurodegeneration, where mitochondrial dysfunction plays a big role. And while the FDA approval is currently only for Barth syndrome, the implications are much broader in the longevity space. What this may be, and it may be one of the more important peptides we have because it addresses a root cause of aging, mitochondrial decline. So what does this mean for you? If you're someone who's struggling with low energy, poor exercise recovery, or reactions to NAD, SS31 may be an option worth discussing with a knowledgeable functional medicine MD. But remember, while it's approved for a specific condition, Barth syndrome, its broader use is still considered experimental. So it should always be used under careful guidance from a medical professional. To sum it up, SS31 is not just another supplement or trend. It's a mitochondrial-targeted peptide that has been approved by the FDA for birth syndrome, showing us that directly stabilizing mitochondria can change outcomes in disease, and maybe in longevity too. The future of anti-aging and energy medicine is going to be coming from strategies like this that work at the deepest level of our biology. If this video will help you understand SS31, better hit like, share, and subscribe. Share it with a friend who's curious about peptides, and grab my Double Your Energy in 5 Days cheat sheet below. I'm Dr. Rajka, and I'll see you in the next video.